Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience.
What are you struggling with? That's what this show's all about, coming up with solutions to help you deal with everyday's tough health challenges. Now, the reality is, remember, it's all about lifestyle. So the choices that we make every single day determine the kind of health we're going to have tomorrow. And if the body can get sick, you can also get well. You can make a transformation in your health and for your life. But the reality is, are you ready? Do you want it? Are you willing to make that shift and make that change within yourself to really, that is the key when it comes down to it. We're going to kick off and go with Rachel. Hi, Rachel.
Yes, I have a friend that was recently diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension, and it just doesn't seem like there is much can be done except for just the maintenance medications that they are giving her. Wanted to talk about it if there was anything else that could be done.
Sure. With medications are important. Make sure. I think that's a good thing to do. There's a lot of tips though for high blood pressure that can take place. All right. Number one is exercise. That's an important issue. But I'll tell you, before that is weight loss. So even somebody that deals with hypertension, someone that drops just 10 pounds of their body weight, okay, fat weight, whatever you want to call it, 10 pounds simply will get the body where it needs to be. So dropping those 10 pounds is amazing, simple. So just change size more, whatever it takes to drop those 10 pounds. Study dropping blood pressure simply from dropping 10 pounds. The other tip that's really important to look at with your eating habits, and that's really where everything begins. So the exercise is great, but the eating habits matter. Plenty of fat in the diet, very important, but healthy fats, almonds, walnuts, cashews, avocados, about 30% of the diet. And healthy fats now is what they're recommending. And then, of course, a good lean quality proteins like chicken, fish, beef, or eggs, and carbohydrates. All those are beneficial to support the cardiovascular system. And that's a big key. So that's what I would encourage you to do along the way, is to really focus on kind of getting the diet and the exercise together. Now, on hypertension also, they've been serious studies on rebounding for all things. So you jump on a rebounder 5 minutes a day up to 20 minutes a day, helps to support healthy blood pressure levels. And again, it creates a lymphatic system pumping mechanism that helps to support all these different the different values, the high number, which is systolic, or the diastolic. I mean, those numbers can be affected simply by rebounding. Hibiscus tea is something else you want to look at. They've done some studies with hibiscus tea and shows that the hibiscus tea, drinking it on a regular basis, helps support healthy blood pressure levels. And then a couple of amino acids, one called citrulline and one called arginine. Those two together can be very beneficial at supporting the overall blood pressure in the body. So again, there's a lot of natural things you can do. I like the, of course, exercise, diet, keeping it simple, but along with that, it's about choices. It really is, because they say genetics with blood pressure so often, and there are some genetics involved. Don't get me wrong, but I think we play the genetics card a little bit too much. It comes down to lifestyle. I mean, 80% of what we deal with is diet and lifestyle related. All right, 85%, the CDC says, is rooted in emotional health. So the stress of our lives really plays a role. Our emotional health really plays an overall role. And so getting that balanced out, taken care of, is always going to be helpful. All right, hope that helps. 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go online. If you're looking for a lifestyle provider, someone in your area that believes the same way we do, check out the website. All the information is there, recipes and all kinds of great tips and tricks to be able to help you with your health and really take you to the next level. All that is there at the website. Let's go on now and talk with Julie. Hi, Julie.
I'm calling about my grandson who still wets the bed at 10, almost 10 and a half. And I'm calling to see what could be a remedy to help him with bedwetting.
Well, with the bedwetting, it just depends on what the triggers are. Now, there's some theories with that. There's some theories that, believe it or not, L-arginine, I was just talking about the L-arginine getting in too much at levels. You can get it from almonds, you get it from too much chocolate, and too much arginine actually can trigger that in children, and of course the bedwetting and whatnot. But I would just go to the pediatrician, get some labs done, see what his values are, and again, that will typically help. There could be some emotional issues going on as well. You just have to find out what the reasonings are for that. But the pediatrician will be able to guide you in that. But a lot of times, a good history to find out all the reasons of what he's going through, as far as how stable is the home, are the parents in good relationship, has there been a divorce, that kind of thing. Literally, that all affects the mental aspect of the child and their overall behavior. So all those taken into account, plus the chemistry and the physiology of the body, can help you really come up with some good reasons about what potentially could be going on there. Okay, 888-283-7272. Give me a call. Or you can go to the website. You can go to teamlifestyle.com. Now, truck drivers, they're saying now, are in the list of overweight workers, of course, because they sit all day. And all you truck drivers, I know you call us and email us all the time. We appreciate that. Hope we're a great help to you and an encouragement to you, because your health matters. And you may not be able to change your job, because that's how you provide for your family and keep a roof over your head, but you have to find a way within your job to be healthy, to make good choices. And I was talking to someone the other day that is a truck driver, and they were just telling me, they've got these computer systems now on the rigs, and you have to drive a certain amount of miles to get paid a certain amount. And so it's not that they force you to and you can't stop, but they kind of make it where you can't, because you've got to hit your certain goals, and you get bonuses per mile. And to even make your base pay, you've got to hit such a stringent schedule that it pushes everybody to just keep going. But I would push back a little bit, because again, most of them, they're going to work you as hard as they can work you, get all they can out of you, and then move on to the next one. That's the reality of it. So you got to be there, make your money, and preserve your health at the same time. If you're driving, say, 11 hours a day, I would encourage you to take 3 15-minute breaks throughout that day and get out and walk, or do some kind of little routine with bands or whatever in the parking lot of a truck stop or a Walmart or something, and get out and walk for 15 minutes. Do something to get your body active, and then look at carrying really good nutrition with you. Get the little refrigerator, make sure that's part of your rig, and then you can have a good system put together to maintain your health in the middle of your tough schedule.
Want to turn back the clock 15 years and have more energy? This is Dr. Asa telling you to just breathe with LiveO2. LiveO2 delivers the right amount of oxygen we need for optimal health. Go to liveO2.com. That's liveO2.com.
To find out more, connect with On Call Radio online at InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the show. This is your show. It's a show where your health is your greatest wealth. What are you struggling with? Let's talk about it. Go to the website. All kinds of information there. Now we're going to go to Brenda. Hi, Brenda.
I'm 50 years old and calling about perimenopause and just problems with all of a sudden it just seemed like I started having a lot of back hurting and legs and shoulders, and just all of a sudden I'm pretty healthy otherwise, but just wondering, what supplements or anything I need to be doing health-wise for that. I appreciate it.
Sure. The issue with menopause and a lot of the symptoms that go along with that, there's some great supplements out there that can be helpful. And, of course, black cohosh, blue cohosh. But I really like to focus more on the eating patterns, because when you look at hormones, you've got to look at what stabilizes hormones in the body overall. The majority of it is fat, and the good, healthy fats in the diet are so critical to optimal health all the way around, but specifically with hormones. Getting enough fat in your diet, which many of us don't. We get the wrong kind of fats, like saturated fats, but the good monounsaturated omega-3s, 6s, and 9s are the ones that we really want to focus on. Getting the right kind of fats in on a regular basis is the ultimate key. That's what you want to focus on a regular basis, is getting that in. And I would encourage you, because so many times when you're focused on the different eating patterns, if you don't get those lined up well, if you don't get your meals, say 4 or 5 small meals a day with good quality fats in them, then your hormones really, especially if you have high and low blood sugars, can really begin to be affected. It becomes a big nightmare. That's when women really start to struggle. So before you jump in and go to the creams and the bioidenticals and all that, have someone work with you to really balance out your nutrition plan and program, even when you think you're doing it well. Which, I mean, I've talked to so many ladies that say, I eat great and I've got this whole plan together, and they've got like 10% fat in their diet, right? Because they're so worried about gaining weight. And actually, the fat helps you burn body fat, shrinks up the belly. The more fat you eat, the leaner you can get. I know that's a big oxymoron, but it's true. And in today's world of how we look at things, it's extremely important to make sure that you're getting the kind of nutrients that you need. It's not just about supplements. We all want a pill or a cream to come in and fix everything, but that's not really the way it works. So I would look at that. And then don't forget to count out exercise. That's a big one. And exercise is such a key, especially when you're dealing with hormones. I mean, we know for a fact that hormones are much better regulated when we get exercise on a regular basis. And again, that's about 3 to 5 days a week is what I encourage people to do. 5, if you can go 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week, that would be fantastic. Even if it's just walking, that can make a big difference. It can really support your overall health, taking you to the next level. So, again, a couple of tips to help you along the way, but don't just run out and think you have to start taking hormones to feel better, have better energy, cut down hot flashes, all that kind of thing. Because many times it could be something so simple that could be corrected, and you want to look at that first before you jump into any of those other realms, okay? 888-283-7272. Give me a call now or go to the web. Just remember, whatever you're struggling with, the body is amazing. So even if you're taking 5 medications and you need to lose 30 pounds, you don't feel good, you got brain fog, can't think straight, and you just want to throw in the towel, I talk to many people that want to just throw in the towel. You don't have to do that. You really can go to the next level. It's all about your mindset. Do you want to get well? That's the question. Do you want it? Are you willing to do whatever it takes, no matter how hard it might be? Do you want it? That's the key. Being well, living well, is an attitude. It's a choice. It's something that we decide that we want. And being well, in a sense of wholeness and well-being, is something that's so powerful. And it comes down to our choices that we make every day. So it doesn't matter if you've made bad choices in the past. That doesn't matter. Today is a brand new day. You can make new choices today and have better health tomorrow. But it comes down to you. It comes down to the choices that you make. That's the key. Diet drinks, of course, have been a hot topic. And, of course, the diet sodas and the sweeteners and everything that go in it. Big topic. And a lot of people want to know, well, if I drink a diet soda, am I saving the calories and not getting all the sugar, so that's going to keep me from getting overweight, or it's going to help me lose weight, right? Not so much. They've actually had some studies that have come out recently in the American Journal of Public Health, and within Johns Hopkins, their university, their Bloomberg School of Public Health, they co-studied diet soda drinkers, and the reason is they were claiming, or they were seeing, if when you drink diet sodas, if it actually goes in and still does trigger the receptors in the brain to tell the brain to release the blood sugar and the insulin and that it does the same thing as the actual high fructose corn syrup or the sugary drinks. And they found that it really did. So whether you drink something that's sweet or you don't, what happened is because the diet drinks have the artificial sweeteners that have no calories in them, it triggers the brain to think that it's getting more calories. So what happens is actually making you eat more food. And as you begin to eat more food, that's where the challenge is, because then you gain more weight. So they're saying it's almost better if you're going to drink a soda to drink the regular ones, because you're actually getting the calories out of it. And of course, there's some debates on the health of the natural sweeteners too, certain ones and what they can do to your overall health. For example, sucralose has got chlorine in the sugar molecule that they use, and there's some thoughts behind that. So just be cautious in making your decisions. I personally like stevia. I like the monk fruit that's out, and xylitol. Those are all very good sweeteners that of course don't have the calories that can make a big difference, personally, I think, in your overall health. Stevia has even got research behind it to where they say that it helps lower blood pressure. That's pretty amazing just within itself. So a lot of great health benefits with these sweeteners and the different things that we use in some of the drinks you can put in your teas and whatnot. They even make sodas now with stevia. We'll be right back.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to AsaRx.com and get your free book today.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Your show. It's a show where your health is your greatest wealth. Whatever you're struggling with, realize if the body can get sick, you can also get well. We have hope with our health. Gain weight, lose weight, get your body to what's called its set point. Hit the set point, and that's where you'll have your sweet spot. Keep your body where it needs to be for your health. That's the bottom line. Now, if you're looking for a lifestyle provider in your area, don't forget to go to the website. And, of course, we've got our lifestyle providers. These are healthcare providers in your area that believe the same way we do, all this nutrition and lifestyle-based care. So check the web out. And, of course, you can find these folks all around the country. Our team members will be able to help you, and our network is growing every single day. Exciting stuff. I'm excited about it because it helps empower you to live better and have the kind of life that you've always looked to have. And that's what we want to do on this show. Now it's time for food for the hour. Okay, hummus is one of my favorite foods. It's made from chickpeas or garbanzo beans, as they say. Either one, pick either one you want to call it. But it's one of my favorites, and it's got tons of health benefits. Remember, food either brings health to the body or it takes health out of the body. It's going to do one of those two things. And so we determine what goes inside of us. No one else determines that. We decide that. And so at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're making the right kind of decisions and the right choices for your overall health. And on this show, we want to help you do that. So hummus is what we're talking about. It is made with all kinds of garlic, salt, pepper, olive oil, lemon juice. It is off the chain, in my opinion. Chickpeas are legumes, and they're called garbanzo beans. And they're beans like chickpeas, which are excellent sources of fiber. And, of course, they can help keep cholesterol levels low. They promote better heart health. And the fiber-rich chickpeas also can help diabetes or people with diabetes regulate blood sugar levels. So it's a great diabetes-friendly snack. One of my favorites is to get little baby carrots and actually dip them, or celery, and dip it in the hummus and eat those. And, of course, vitamins and minerals, they're loaded with them. And chickpeas, just so you know, if you're in the whole vegan, vegetarian world, I really like chickpeas as a good alternative protein source. They're just, I think personally, they're just fantastic. So it's a good source. Also, these chickpeas are a great source of folic acid, which is great for the brain chemistry. And, of course, women who are looking to have babies or freshly pregnant, you want to keep your folate levels at about 400 micrograms minimum, and you'll get that by eating hummus. So, see, you can get everything you need in your food. Pretty powerful. They're also loaded with manganese, zinc, magnesium, copper, and iron, and they're rich and very rich in protein, rather. Healthy fats are loaded with those. So the olive oil is loaded with healthy fats, and they, of course, can loaded with the monounsaturated. So they're great for heart health. They're great for hormone production and supporting skin, hair, and nails and the immune system. So great information on that. Now, they're low calorie, too. I mean, really, a serving only has about 50 calories, about 3 grams of fat. But don't worry about the fat. It's the good kind of fat. Remember, don't freak out over fat. That's the key. You got to get the right kind of fats in our diet on a regular basis anyway, and so making sure that you have the right kind is critical. Let's go to the phones and talk with Stephen. Hi, Stephen.
I have bowel problems with my stomach, and I just have no control sometimes, and sometimes I don't know, I've been going to the doctors, and they can't seem to find anything out about it. And I even, where it depends half the time. And I just, seems like sometimes it doesn't matter what I eat. And lately, the past couple of weeks, my stomach had, basically most of the time feels like a piece of raw meat. And I've lost 30 pounds over the past 2.5 months, and I don't have any idea why, and neither do they. And I'm down to a size 10, and I was wearing like a 14, 16 pants. So I'm just concerned, and I can't seem to find anything out about anything.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I know it's tough going through that. And if the doctors are looking at it and they've run all the basic tests and they're just kind of scratching their heads, I know it's not easy. It's kind of like, well, what's going on? You know, this is your body. It's your health. And you want it to be taken care of, and you want to be healthy, and you want to feel good and feel like you. You know, you don't want to lose you in the middle of it. So I would really encourage you in a lot of ways to really start seeking out a lot of nutritional help, because when you're dealing with the digestive tract, that's where it begins. Everything starts in the digestion, and eating the right kind of foods on a regular basis makes an incredible difference with your overall health. Tremendous. And making sure that you're getting good, lean, quality protein sources like chicken, fish, beef, or eggs, low glycemic carbohydrates in the form of fruits and vegetables, and then your healthy fats, your almonds, your walnuts, your cashews, your avocados, your oils like coconut oil, grapeseed oil, real butter, all that. It matters. But with your digestion, when you've got an inflammatory response like that, have to cut down inflammatory foods. So 2 foods typically that are good to eliminate in this kind of situation are definitely, without a doubt, the wheat products. So the breads, the pastas, the cereals, and the crackers. You want to be really cautious with those. And then the dairy products, of course, because the casein protein can be tough to break down if you've got a lot of inflammation going on. You might want to hold back on that. Not that you have to stop it forever, but it's just for a period of time. And, you know, dairy products can be actually very healing. A lot of the raw and pasteurized can be really good for digestion. But if your body's not handling them very well, that's where you have to be careful. And you just have to be a little cautious with that. And as you start to change that, you can, of course, and start to get healing in the gut, then you can probably add those back in. But I would talk to your doctor, maybe a nutritionist. Look into probiotics, because the good bacteria, having that in the digestive tract is just so vital. It's critical to get all of the digestion where it needs to be, and supporting that, clearing out yeast and fungal issues, making sure you've got the right kind of bacteria there. I mean, all that is tremendously important. So I would look and make sure somebody's guiding you in that process to get you the help that you need, because it's critical. And also look at fatty acids like omega-3s, like cod liver oil, can be very healing to the gut. Aloe and also L-glutamine, all those can be quite helpful at the end of the day to really support that gut and keep it healthy. Okay, 888-283-7272. You can give me a call right now or go to the web. Go to Diane. Hi, Diane.
had a question about the vinegar. Does the taking of the vinegar bother the medications that we take daily? I'm on blood pressure medications, diabetic medication, and I wondered if the vinegar would dilute or take away any of the strength of the medications.
Well, like apple cider vinegar, for example, you'll have to talk with your doctor about the side effects and let them go over those with you. But typically vinegar works very well with the digestive tract. And matter of fact, using it on salads and whatnot, there hasn't been any major warnings that have come out. But again, depending on the specific medications, you want to run that by and make sure that the doctor says it's okay. But in my experience, hasn't been anything that I've seen on that. But the apple cider vinegar is great for increasing stomach acid, which helps to break down proteins much better and really supports the body in that way. So it's something you definitely want to look at as you're kind of going through this journey, because if you're dealing with blood pressure and you're dealing with anything cardiovascular related, make sure that you're eating the right kind of foods every single day. You've got low glycemic carbohydrates, you've got plenty of fruits and vegetables, you've got good healthy fats, you're combining all that together, and you really have a good total game plan. As you do that, then you'll really be able to kind of go to that next level. And that's the key. That's what it's all about. It's about creating an environment where you're making the better choices every single day to support overall health. And when you're dealing with something, like high blood pressure, and you're eating apple cider vinegar, or using vinegar in your meals and all that, it's only, in my opinion, going to help, be very supportive to the body. And it's all about getting good quality whole food nutrition in. Plus, don't forget the exercise. All that's a key. We've got Stan down in Florida, wants to know what to do for better ways of supporting anxiety. He says, I've been struggling with it since I was about 21. I'm 52 now. Well, with anxiety, you've got to look at certain aspects of the brain chemistry. And so GABA, there's a lot. There's dopamine, acetylcholine, serotonin, norepinephrine, epinephrine. I mean, there's a lot of different ones. But kind of the big one that deals with anxiety and depression, but mostly anxiety, is GABA. And it's called gamma-aminobutyric acid. It's kind of a big fancy word. But GABA, those levels, when they get low, it's the only inhibitory neurotransmitter. The other ones are excitatory. And when you build up the GABA levels, you want to get those up to a certain point where it really supports the brain chemistry. The more balanced out your GABA levels are, the more chilled out you feel. The lower the GABA levels, the more anxious you feel. All right, so there's probably an instability there. And again, your doctor can do some testing on that, but you also want to look at the different variables that can help support GABA levels. And so the basic medications are the benzodiazepines, Xanax, and all those. But there's certain foods on our website, all kinds of information there on how to support. And a lot of the foods like wheat products, grains, the dairy products, and also some of the nuts and seeds can cause GABA levels to drop. But you can find out that food list and then make it accordingly.
Want to turn back the clock 15 years and have more energy? This is Dr. Asa telling you to just breathe with LiveO2. LiveO2 delivers the right amount of oxygen we need for optimal health. Go to liveO2.com. That's liveO2.com.
Connect with On Call Radio and watch On Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
U.S. health officials are now urging to kind of renew the fight to stamp out cigarette use. So a list of a lot of the health woes that are linked to cigarette smoking is like a scroll that keeps unfurling, as a White House press conference released recently, half a century after the release of the historic 1964 Surgeon General report. Dozens of the nation's health leaders gathered for their official release of the newest reporting on smoking. The message is that the health risks from smoking are even far greater than anyone could have imagined 50 years ago, and the battle to end smoking is far from over. 50 years ago, Americans were told cigarette smoking, despite its then glamorous Hollywood image, was a killer that caused lung cancer. In subsequent years, as more investigations about tobacco took place, heart disease, pregnancy complications, and bladder and cervical cancer were added to the list. Now, a host of additional health ills have been tied to tobacco use, including diabetes, colorectal and liver cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, erectile dysfunction, age-related macular degeneration, cleft palate, and immune system problems. This is recently. And they say that still we're a country very much addicted to tobacco, the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services said. But they said, of course, enough is enough. They're saying now we've really got to make some changes and get our population to understand that smokers today have a greater risk of developing lung cancer than they did when they first did the report back in 1964. Even though they smoked fewer cigarettes, he said, he added the chemicals in the cigarettes today might be a factor in the higher lung cancer risk. There's a lot more chemicals, which has become quite the issue. And a new report says that more women smokers are dying than ever before, and that 20 years ago, male smokers were about twice as likely as female smokers to die. Now the death from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease is greater in women than men. Unbelievable. So we have to make a change. There has to be a shift in how we handle all of these issues. Dr. Thomas Frieden, who's the director for the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, he said quitting can be hard, but for everyone who smokes, it's the single most important thing you can do for your health. You can just quit. And although it's addictive, it's tough, but get over it and do something that can empower your health and empower your life. And I'm saying that. That's why doctors everywhere will tell you, okay, are you smoking? Well, you probably need to quit. I mean, they teach you that in med school. It's like that you have to baby step around it and tiptoe around it to really try to help people and get them to quit, because people just love their cigarettes and the nicotine just has them. It's like it owns them. But my heart is that we could just simply begin to shift that in people's lives. It would make such a difference. 888-283-7272. Let's go to Reba. Hi, Reba.
My advice on depression, just many things, fibromyalgia, anxiety, so tired every day, don't feel like getting up. I feel just as tired when I get up as I did when I went to bed, if not tired.
Well, with depression and kind of the blues and just not feeling good, kind of being down and out, that sort of thing, one of the issues that you have to look at with depression is, okay, what's causing it? So is it the serotonin levels? Is it GABA levels? What part of the brain chemistry is being affected? And then look at your environment. So you have to step back and say, okay, have you gone through a tough time? Has it been something like where you've gone through some high amounts of emotional stress? Has there been anything going on personally in your life with a spouse, a child that has been really weighing on you? Or maybe there's financial issues, the gamut that could just run across the board. All of that can be quite the challenge. But again, focusing on that and getting your levels in your brain chemistry with nutrition balanced is a big key. And that's where you want to start. You really want to focus on getting those levels where they need to be. And again, blood testing, they can do that. They can check on that. It just depends on who you're working with, get what doctor you have, that sort of thing. I would just have someone take a look at that so that the brain chemistry can be where it needs to be. That's the key, okay? Because getting down, feeling down, sad, getting the blues, it's tough, and it's not easy. And so many people, obviously that's why it's the most prescribed medication, or one of the most, top two, I believe, are the SSRIs, the antidepressant medications. So, as you see that, it's incredible to see how many people struggle and what needs to happen to really help it go to the next level. That's the key. And you can. It's just about making better choices. And as you start eating better, getting the right kind of nutrition in, good lean quality proteins, low glycemic carbohydrates in the form of fruits and vegetables, and your healthy fats, your almonds, your walnuts, your cashews. I mean, as you start to build that together and get the body where it needs to be, that's where you'll begin to really grow and do well. That's another hour in the charts. I want to thank our producer, Jay Patrick. Go tell one person something you learned on this show. And together, your friends, our families, and our communities. Remember, there you can find all kinds of information to empower your health and empower your life.
Did you know you could listen to the AsaRx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the AsaRx audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.